Guys, welcome back to Games Mania Doherty. And today we are going to talk about Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, because today it is turning 15 years. Today is the 15th anniversary of one of the biggest groundbreaking games out of the GTA franchise, and we are delighted to say that it has turned 15 years now. And it's Halloween, guys. Happy Halloween. One of my favorite GTA's. It was actually one of my favorite of all time. It originally released on the PSP back in 2006, and it was later ported to the PS2 in early 2007. So right here I got the strategy guide for the game, and we are going to go through. I'll just show you. That's the back of it. That's the front. The thing I loved about Vice City Stories was it was set in the 80s again. It was set in 1984. Vice City was 1986, so they did the earlier story, and you play as Vic Vance. Such a great soundtrack built into the game. Lots of great 80s music built into it as well, and we'll get to that later on in the video. But again, amazing cover art, of course, as you know, the Vice City Stories had. So right here, as I was saying, we have the strategy guide, which guides you through the game. So I'll just show you some of the pages. I'll just go through some of the stuff just to show you. So you get some really, really great photographs of the game's characters. And you get to build your own empires in the game, businesses. It has a great story. The graphics, I never liked them as much as some of the other titles, like the main titles like San Andreas and Vice City and GTA 3. But I think they deserved more attention than what they got. But again, I think Vice City Stories is an all-time favorite. It was one of my favorite anyway out of the GTA games on PS2 for that matter. Right here you have the different costumes that you can unlock in the game. So it tells you how you can unlock them, like by completing the story. You get this one, you get all different ones. You get a pastel suit, Cuban, trailer trash clothes, pimp outfit, all that kind of stuff. Okay, and there's also 99 red balloons to be collected in the game. I just love that part of the game where you had to, like Vice City, you had to collect the packages, and in this one you had to collect the 99 red balloons. You see, you have the page right there where it shows you this is the strategy guide that guides you to where to find different things in the game. So this is a 100% completion guide for the people who want to actually acquire 100% in the game. So it has great images. It guides you all the way through the story. It's a huge book with lots of information in it to help you out. It tells you about the different unlockables in the game. You get some great pictures there as well, some great insight. The different characters in the game, maps, all that kind of stuff. And the missions, of course. So you do missions for some of the previous characters in the game, such as Umberto Robina and all that kind of stuff. But again, lots of this guide is your guide to 100% completion in Vice City Stories. Great thing to have, if you're a GTA fan. But anyway, guys, we're going to get to the more exciting part of this video, and we are going to move on just to show you what we have on display for the 15th anniversary of Vice City Stories, and we're going to show you that right now. Just going to pop the strategy guide down, and as you can see, we have the posters for the game here on display. Okay, one of them has Diaz, and we have this one as well. This is the PlayStation 2 one. Okay, so of course, when you turn it over, you get the map of the city. The Vice City Inquirer, it says, and special supplement, and it gives you, your police station, all the regular stuff, Empire site, your property, and all the areas of interest: Little Havana, Starfish Island, Highman Memorial Stadium. And one of the key things about Vice City Stories was you could also swim in the game as well. You couldn't swim in Vice City. That was a really interesting thing you could do. You also did missions for Diaz in the game as well. Whereas you remembered in the original game that you did missions for Diaz and a lot of the other great characters such as Lance Vance and all that stuff as well, and it also features Phil Collins, which it has some music from Phil Collins built into the game as well, the soundtrack, and you get to like go to this concert with Phil Collins, and that was another really great thing, along with all the other missions and unlockables in the game. Just a great game overall, I think. So it's amazing that it's become 15 years. Yeah, and again, so that's your map, that's your poster. So right here we have the PlayStation 2 box art. We decided to put it in as well, even though the PlayStation 2 release is early 2007 was the original release, so it will soon be 15 years on the PlayStation 2. But overall, it originally released on the PSP. But there's the box art for the PSP, okay? And you have the Platinum. And there's the back of the box. Just have a look at the images. The images were just great, you know. And again, right here we have the Vice City Inquirer. This is the your guidebook that you get when you purchase the game. So we'll just have a quick look inside. Contents about the game, controls, setup, advertisements, stuff like that. Little bits about the game, about building your empire. So you could build an empire in the game and make, you had all the different gangs that you had to take over to acquire the different empire businesses. And right here you have all the music for the game. So you get big lists with all the radio stations. So you get V-Rock, you get Flash FM, Emotion, and you have loads and loads and loads of songs there. So you have artists such as Laura Branigan, In Excess, Philip Bailey, Phil Collins, Scandal, Alison Moyet, Hall and Oates, Pat Benatar, Nick Kershaw. You have let me just see, Kiss, Autograph, Scorpions, Judas Priest, lots and lots of different stuff there, guys. And then you even have another page full of music. So again, I think out of all of the GTA games, I think Vice City Stories, to me, it had one of the best soundtracks, along with its great story and its missions and all that. But yeah, so you have another station here called VCFL, you have Wave 103. So they more or less kept the radio stations more or less the same. See what else we have. Just more advertisements and stuff about the game. Other releases of games that will be coming out, Bully and stuff like that. That's more or less it. That's your booklet for the game. So you have the PlayStation 2 one and it's just a smaller size, the PSP one as well. But yeah, that's more or less it, guys. For Vice City Stories, it reaches 15 years. One of the biggest games of the PlayStation 2 era's Grand Theft Auto reaches 15 years, and again, it's a huge success. It was one of my favorite games out of the PlayStation 2 GTA games. But yeah, not too much more to say on that note. Loved the game, and yeah, the only thing that disappointed me about it was it never came out on the PC. That's one thing I wish it had actually come out on PC. It also didn't come out on the mobile device as well, which a lot of the other games did come out on mobile device. But other than that, great game. That's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video on 15 years of Vice City Stories. We enjoyed making it. Happy Halloween. And other than that, do subscribe, comment, rate, and talk to you soon, guys. Thank you.